Today we're reacting to which jobs have the most psychopaths by how people make money. Let's get started, guys. Do you think, okay. First, before we start, I want in the comment on YouTube, you tell me what jobs you think have the most psychopaths. I am curious. Pause the video, let's go, we can start. Put your answer and then you start the video, let's go.
Psychopaths are somewhere around 1 to 4% of the general population, but in some industries, they represent over 20%. If you thought they'd be busy lurking in dark alleyways or cutting people up in basements or chainsawing pretty young girls so you'd be safe in your smelly...
I think most of psychopaths just like all themselves. Like they just never do something crazy, but in their head it's totally crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's totally insane in their head, but they just won't ever do something until they get turned on by something.
little office cubicle.
Twitch streamer and models.
Wrong.
Okay, nice.
They're far more likely to be in corner offices on live TV or running for re-election. Because while some careers reward empathy and compassion, others reward manipulation, power, and control. Let's quickly understand what a psychopath is and then dive into jobs that attract the most psychopaths in the modern world. Psychopaths aren't just like the villains in movies.
I think the thing is that we imagine a psychopath as a like stereotype of super villains that cut people open and stuff, when it can be like something else. People throwing you under the bus, you know, for their own gain.
More often than not, they're high-functioning professionals living right next to us. Psychopathy is defined using the Hare psychopathy checklist, and it splits psycho traits into two major categories. We've got interpersonal and emotional traits, and we've got behavioral traits. Psychopaths have a major lack of empathy, absolutely no remorse, they're pathological liars, they're superficially charming, and they'll manipulate...
That's me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, actually, I think I'm a very empathic person. I mean, remorse, I mean, you have remorse when you do something wrong, right? That's normal. Pathological liar. I'm not a serial liar. I'm fine. I mean, it's normal to lie a little bit sometimes, right? Superficial charm and manipulative. Well, I'm shocked, so...
you in any way they can. They're also highly
Also, I'm too stupid to manipulate anyone.
Impulsive, thrill-seeking, irresponsible, often highly ambitious, and chronic rule breakers. In practical terms, a psychopath can fully understand what they're doing is harmful, they just don't care. Neuroscience studies back this up too, showing they're simply built different. Their amygdala, which processes empathy and fear, runs on low power mode. You put that kind of person into the workplace and what happens? You suddenly have a predator in an environment built for cooperation. They play office politics like it's life or death. They see colleagues as stepping stones, and they climb the ladder fast because they'll do things normal people simply won't. As Professor Babiak's research shows, certain careers actually...
So it's like a brain condition kind of, right? Can we put 2000 V like to the brain? Volts? It's a mental disorder.
Like magnets for psychopaths, because they offer exactly what these people are looking for: status, power, and the ability to control others. So, which are they? Psychopaths thrive in systems that reward the worst parts of them. So give them status, power, competition, and the ability to manipulate people. And
we should put all the psychopaths together and see what happens. That would be funny, I think.
And they'll rise to the top. We're going to dive into the 10 careers where you can statistically find the most amount of psychopaths. These...
manager. Everything that is power, like CEO and stuff, no? They're gonna say.
Rankings come from psychologist Dr. Kevin Dutton's research into psychopathy in the workplace. If you'd like to read about it, check out his book, The Wisdom of Psychopaths, or watch his podcast with Chris Williamson. Now let's dive into the list. Do you want to take a guess at what number 10 is? 3 seconds. Ready?
McDonald's manager.
You guessed it, priests and religious leaders.
My bad.
Just kidding. They're actually number 8 on the list, so we'll be diving into them a little later. First up, we've got civil servants.
What
More
is
specifically, we're talking about those roles where they're like the fake police. Parking ticket officer, welfare case manager, some fat, miserable, blue-haired bitch at the
Okay, I'm gonna say something, but there is some people on Twitch, whenever they got given the role of moderator, they totally switch and start being like super condescending to the viewer, talking bad to the chat, trying to lead people, being like just controlling over the streamer and stuff. And I think those people are psychopaths.
DMV. That kind of role. Why do psychopaths like these roles? Supposedly 3 reasons. 1. Rule-based power. So authority is baked into the job. 2. Low transparency. Everything's hidden behind bureaucratic curtains. And 3. Diffused responsibility. No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing zero emotional discomfort because policy provides the moral cover. I'm not denying you healthcare. The system is denying you healthcare. Dr. Kevin Dutton describes this category as everyday authoritarianism. People who enjoy enforcing structure, not because it helps society, but because it gives them dominance. In other words, psychopathy thrives.
I think it's literally what I said with the mods. Huh? Like, you know, those people that never got a single inch of power over anyone, and you give them just a little bit and they think they can rule the world. You are a moderator on Twitch, calm down.
In organizations where human suffering becomes just procedure. Anyways, on to number 9, which might surprise you quite a bit. Chefs. Not only are they idiot sandwiches, they are psychopathic idiot sandwiches. Kitchen culture is brutal. High stress, long hours, sharp knives, and fire everywhere.
There is a movie apparently on that, and it's so realistic that people that were working on kitchen didn't want to see it because it was too traumatic. Because there is some people that get abused in kitchen, insulted every day, treated like shit and stuff. Like even in France, where there is like right for workers and stuff, it's crazy. I think. Like honestly, I would never wish anyone to work in a restaurant. It's very very abusive system. Not all of them, obviously. I worked in a restaurant when I was like 18, and it was super smooth because I was very nice also. You know, I'm not really the kind that will talk back and stuff. But like what I heard with the chef yelling and stuff, that like literally traumatized me.
Chefs operate in an environment where perfection is expected and mistakes are punished instantly and aggressively. What kind of personality thrives in that kind of environment? The kind who doesn't crack under pressure.
But it doesn't mean that every chef is a psychopath though.
Who can bark orders without caring who they offend. Someone who sees people as tools to get the dish out fast. I'm not saying Gordon Ramsay's a psychopath, but maybe his mentor Marco Pierre White might be.
No, I didn't make Gordon Ramsay cry. He made himself cry.
And now on to number 8. Priests and religious leaders. In theory, these guys should be the most empathetic and compassionate in society, and a lot of them are. But research shows psychopathy often thrives wherever there's power without oversight, automatic trust, and access to vulnerable people. And religious roles often provide all 3. Kevin Dutton's pointed out,
I mean, that's not only prayers and stuff, it's like everything that is cults. Everything, like, because religion really rule people, so I guess that makes sense.
that spiritual authority can often become psychological authority, and some individuals exploit that. Honestly, if you want the perfect example of a crazy psychopath with...
That's why religion should be something between you and yourself, and obviously you can talk to it with people that see religion as the same like you, but you should not let someone decide how to experience and do your religious belief.
In religion, look no further than Kenneth Copeland.
COVID-19!
COVID-19!
Net worth in the
Do not do that at me like this with your... What the fuck? How can a pastor be this rich, actually? This is fucking insane.
hundreds of millions of dollars, straight up demonic eyes, and supposedly spends disaster relief funds on repairs to his own private jet.
It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
Well, see you in hell, Kenny boy. Now on to number 7, the idiots we have running our countries, politicians. Surprised?
That kind of makes sense. Like, you already need to like power to want to be a politician, I think. You either need to love people so much that you want to change the world for them, or be like super controlling person.
Yeah, me neither. If you take the traits of a psychopath manipulation, charm, deceit, total lack of empathy, power, status, and zero accountability and then you build a job description around it, you'd end up with Member of Parliament. In my video about Congress, we touched on how a massive part of their job is campaigning. Well, campaigning is
I mean,
basically just straight up manipulation. You lie to win
is my YouTube channel gonna blow up after watching this video though?
affection, you make promises you'll never keep, and you convince people that you alone can fix the mess you helped create. Remember,
I'm gonna get political, like I'm gonna work as politician and make everyone forced to watch my Twitch channel, because this is the only way I will have viewers, I think.
remember when Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files no matter what, and it was a massive part of his campaign? How'd that one work out for us? In a 2014 study out of Oxford, nearly 1 in 8 politicians displayed clinically significant psychopathic traits. In the general population, it's somewhere between 1 in 100 to 1 in 25. In politics, it's 1 in 8. Perhaps power doesn't actually corrupt. Maybe it attracts the already corrupted. Now on to number 6, media and TV personalities. Fake.
I think the thing with media and personalities in general, even influencer, is that they put themselves as leader of communities, their community. And that's a little bit like, we had this content creator called, I'm not gonna name her actually. We had like a content creator in France that was literally creating a cult around her. It was literally, they were literally brain dead, like brain damage. They would like scarify themselves to have attention from her. It became totally out of hands that they had to take her to justice. Like they had to take her to court because it was out of control. How people would just be so obsessed over her that like they were having the feeling that she was their friend in the way she was talking and manipulating her community. It was actually very crazy.
Fake. They're all playing characters. And it works because they're so emotionally detached they really couldn't give a shit. See, when you're rewarded for attention rather than accuracy, empathy becomes a major liability. Television rewards narcissism. Do I care more about the truth of the matter or about what will cause more outrage and get more clicks? Kevin Dutton said it best. Psychopaths
Me doing react, I just want clicks.
are social predators who charm, manipulate, and ruthlessly plow their way through life. So naturally, when you put these people behind a camera, they don't debate, they hunt. Take Jordan Peterson's interview with this bitch whose name I couldn't be bothered learning. He went there under the guise of having a friendly, cordial discussion about his new book. She ends up trying to tear him a new asshole, very unsuccessfully might I add, and saying to him minutes before going live, this will be quite the war. Sick, twisted, attention-hungry people. The more outrage they cause, the more views, and the more
I feel like a lot of streamers are like this. They just want to have like clicks on their videos and attention, and they don't care about hurting someone else's feelings if they get the attention, you know.
more views, the more validation for people who feel nothing inside. Speaking of what's on the inside, number 5 is actually surgeons, the superheroes of the psychopaths. You need to realize, throughout medical school, these guys are trained to no longer view the human body as a person's body. They need to view it more like a machine. Different systems, different parts, that's all. The people who do this the best, the ones who can completely emotionally detach. Just think
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's true. It's I don't know how it is in other country, but in France you have to put yourself into so much to just become like a doctor or surgeon. You have to like people at some point, you know. Like you have to like people a little bit.
about what these guys do on a regular basis. Slicing through skin, cutting through bone, operating on young children. And when it's all over, no crying, no celebrating, just moving on to the next patient. And one of the major attractions for those with psychopathic traits, you're basically playing
They cut people to save them. They don't cut people because they like to cut people.
God. Mix intelligence, status, and control over life and death, you're practically writing a love letter to psychopathy. As Kevin Dutton notes, psychopaths aren't all killers. Some of them are
You have to detach but that doesn't mean that you were already detached in the beginning so that you were a psychopath. Like, conditioning yourself to detach to this so you can try hard and actually save people is very different than already being a psychopath and doing it, I think.
Saviors. They just so happen to save you with the same level of empathy they'd use to fix a car. But hey, thank God for surgeons. One group of psychos I definitely don't thank God for: salespeople. Psychopaths love sales. It's the perfect storm of manipulation, charm, and reward. They mirror your tone, your body language, your beliefs.
The ones that try to scam, like, my grandparents, you know? You know what I mean? Those ones that, like, spam call your grandparent to sell them solar panel. Fuck those people.
All to build trust they don't actually feel. It's just a game to them. They read you like a player at a poker table. They find your weakness, they exploit it, and they smile.
I don't think anyone can sell me something until they tell me I will look 10 times better with it. You know what I mean? Like, if they tell me you need that brush because it will make your hair look better, I will buy it instantly. But if they don't get into that, like, I will be like, yeah, you're lying.
With a shit-eating grin while doing it. And once they close the deal, that dopamine hit isn't from helping you, it's from beating you. And the scary part is, they're good. Really good. They're expert social chameleons. They know how to fake it till they make it. They combine their superficial charm with zero guilt or empathy, and the result is Jordan Belfort-like salespeople willing to say or do anything for their commission. Number 3 on the list are the people at least partly responsible for how f***ed up Western society has become in modern times: media executives and journalists. If salespeople manipulate individuals, these pricks manipulate entire populations. The news industry used to be about truth. Now it's about engagement. And engagement doesn't come from accuracy, it comes from outrage. Psychopaths love outrage. Remember, psychopaths have no empathy, no remorse, no guilt. They're pathological liars and they can be crazy ambitious. So in a world where attention is currency, they're willing to say or do anything to control your attention. Behind every breaking story is someone doing psychological calculus. How do we make people angry enough to click, scared enough to share, outraged enough to stay tuned? These people don't report the news anymore.
I can't with Drake anymore, I'm very sorry.
They engineer it. And psychos love this.
After everything I have seen on Twitter on the couple of last days, I really can't. Don't put his face on my feed anymore. I have seen more than my whole family. Like, stop.
Kind of ecosystem, because they don't have to pretend about caring for who gets hurt, who's defamed, or who loses.
I've seen this grown ass man barking.
Everything. They're social predators who manipulate without remorse. Number 2 is lawyers. If there was ever a profession built to reward psychopathy, it's this one. You get paid to argue, manipulate emotions, and twist the truth until it fits your client's version of reality. And Kevin Dutton's research supports it. Lawyers have one of the highest rates of psychopathy in the world. They put their work under the guise of the pursuit of justice, and yet they'll gladly defend murderers, rapists, and child molesters. Now, yes, I understand the argument. I'd rather defend a guilty person than have an innocent person sit in jail. I understand that everyone deserves legal representation to the best of their ability. But how do some lawyers sleep at night knowing they've just defended a legitimate monster? Like, genuinely, how does the dream team who defended OJ sit there knowing their client is guilty as fuck and then just push that aside to get him acquitted? Pursuit of...
I understand what you mean, but it's a very complex question, I think. It's more complex than just how do you sleep at night after defending a murderer. It's about everyone deserves justice and truth, you know?
Justice, my ass. It's the pursuit of winning. There's the thrill of deception.
What was that?
The allure of power and prestige, and permission to manipulate as long as you do it within the rules. And who wrote those rules? Other goddamn lawyers. Psychopaths write the rules for how psychopaths can defend other psychopaths. Amazing. Anyways, before diving into number 1, we've got a little bonus career where quite a few psychopaths are found. Want to take a guess? We'll say it together on 3. 1, 2,
McDo
3.
manager.
Police officers.
Oh.
Now, depending on which list you read, this one sometimes ranks even higher than lawyers, which ain't exactly surprising. See, the job attracts people who crave structure, hierarchy, and control. But for some,
For me, that's like Discord mode.
that control turns into power, and that power becomes pleasure. The badge gives authority, the uniform gives legitimacy, and the gun gives fear. Now, before the comment section turns into a war zone, no, not every cop is a psychopath. Many genuinely want to serve and protect, and thank God for them. I don't even want to imagine what society would be like without police. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you have psychopathic traits, being a cop gives you a socially sanctioned way to act them out. You can intimidate, command, and control.
Yeah, and it's exactly like the first one. Like, use the law in your advantage, being like, yeah, but it's the law, you know, and you use that to just abuse people. That's such.
Still be applauded for it. Kevin Dutton calls it the mask of morality, when psychopathic behavior hides behind a noble mission. Speaking of which, that mask, especially in today's day and age, is often worn so much by the guys at number 1 on the list, CEOs. To me,
I said CEOs earlier. I said it. Fucking said it. They said, like, why? They make people work for them. They don't even know how those people are named. Like, they don't even know their name, and they make them work for them for profit.
this one's straightforward as hell. You really think Peter Thiel is a normal human being? Then you've got those fake altruistic, I'm just a good guy CEOs like Sam Altman. This guy's a 40-something-year-old tech founder from Silicon Valley, and yet he goes on the Joe Rogan Experience and acts like he doesn't know what kind of effect Coke has on people.
Is that something Coke makes people want to do? It seems to me like it just makes people like angry and chaotic.
That fake naivety, that's exactly what psychopaths do. They disarm you with sincerity they don't actually feel. It's all
I'm so innocent, and I would not hurt anyone. I'm so innocent. Like, I cannot hurt anyone. Like, I'm just dumb and cute and inoffensive.
just a show to them. Studies have found that 1 in 5 corporate leaders show strong psychopathic traits, the same ratio as in prisons. Business at the highest level is war without bullets. You win by outsmarting, undercutting, or straight up swallowing the competition. And if you can
That's
do
me.
that
I
without
want to
getting
bite
emotionally attached to people or
food.
consequences, you're rewarded with millions or even billions of dollars. The appeal to psychopaths is obvious. They're calm under pressure, can put on the fake charm when need be, they're utterly ruthless in negotiations, and they can fire a 1,000-person department without giving it a second's thought. And don't think you finance bros are off the hook. When psychologists collected this data, hedge fund managers and investment bankers were grouped in with the corporate execs. Superficial charm, inflated egos, no remorse, and manipulation to achieve their own ends. You're all little Patrick Batemans on the
I mean, I'm not a CEO. Most of streamers are not CEO and don't have business though, so.
inside. So yeah, we like to think evil looks obvious. The serial killer, the dictator, the monster lurking in the dark. In reality, they're running companies, hosting talk shows, writing laws, and cutting people up in order to save their lives. Again, not everyone in these careers is a psychopath, obviously. But I've got almost 100k subscribers now. The statistics say around
Congrats.
1 to 4,000 of you are straight up psychos. I still love you all. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like,
Which one
comment,
of you
and
is a
subscribe,
psychopath?
and I'll see you in the next one.
You're going
Then
to
she
hate
did-
me for this, but like, just let me explain.
Then she did a cosplay. Oh, she's live. My bad.
Psychopaths are somewhere
Well, that was amazing. Guys, thank you for watching with me. And I see you very soon. Bye bye.